Okay, this video is about MineFantasy primitive gear. If you are playing with hardcore crafting turned off, a lot of this won't really be useful to you because you'll be using the regular vanilla gear. But if you're playing with the hardcore crafting turned on as it is by default, then you'll have to start out quite a bit differently than you would in vanilla. So the first primitive tool you will end up having to make is the sharp rock. To get a sharp rock, you simply have to look through some dirt and find one. So you get some dirt, and then you just put it in your crafting area, and for each dirt you get one sharp rock. The sharp rock has no durability, but it does have several uses. One is that it can be used to cut vines, which will be needed most likely in making some of your later tools, unless you're lucky enough to get some other materials you can substitute them for. It can also be used as a weapon, being just slightly more effective than a bare fist. But as you can see, even for a chicken, it is not a one-hit kill. So to craft your next level of primitive tools and weapons, you will need some wood. But wood works somewhat differently in MineFantasy than what you might be used to from vanilla Minecraft. As you can see, when you put your wood in like this, your planks give you not 4 sticks, but 8 individual plank items. The plank items can then be broken up into sticks. So you actually get more sticks for your wood, though later in the game you'll mostly be using planks. At this point you use sticks, and you will need a crafting table. So for these tools, one of your main ingredients is the sharp rock. So you just put some sticks in a sharp rock like so, and then you can put either vines, animal tendons, which sometimes drop when you kill animals, or, if you have it, string, though that's probably unlikely since punching to death spiders is not always easy. But those three can be used interchangeably in any of these primitive recipes. So you get your spear and you get your stone pick. And you can also make a club like so. So you have your stone spear, your stone pick, and your stone club. And that gives you your first real primitive weapons that are actually crafted rather than simply a sharp rock. The spear is a little more powerful than the sharp rock by itself, but as you can see, it's still a pretty weak weapon. It takes 2 hits just to kill a chicken, but you can throw it. To throw the spear, simply hold down the right mouse button, and it will charge and automatically throw after 1 second. You can't hold the spear charged. The pick is not a true pick. It does not drop blocks, but if you use it on stone, you'll get a piece of shale, which can then be crafted into 9 more sharp rocks, like so. However, it cannot break other blocks to produce anything, with one exception. It can break copper ore blocks to drop a copper shard, which you'll need for your next tier of primitive weapons and tools. Another useful recipe early in the game, if you happen to have enough cows available, is rawhide armor. The chest piece is crafted like so, using 3 vines or string and 2 raw cow hides, while leggings can be made like so, with 1 hide and 2 string. The rawhide armor won't give you much protection, but it's better than nothing, though stealth may actually be the best option early in the game. Oh yeah, I'm styling now. So your next tier of primitive weapons and tools simply replaces the sharp rock with a copper shard, and this makes more effective tools, as well as more effective weapons. And so, like this, you craft your copper spear and copper pick. Something else you'll want to craft at this point will also be the dry rocks, requiring a sharp rock and some flint. The dry rocks work like flint and steel, but they only rarely work, so you can actually wear them out without them actually starting a fire. And then you'll want to make a fire pit like so. This will be your light source since you don't have coal. You can't actually mine coal yet. But the fire pit works like netherrack. Once you light it, it burns forever. And then you have to light it with your dry rocks. Unfortunately, the dry rocks don't work that often, so you can actually wear this out completely without it catching fire. And then you just have to craft more dry rocks and keep trying. But if you want a light source in your cave where you'll probably be living, this is what you'll need. And be warned, rain will put your fire pit out. Once you get some cobble, which you can acquire with the copper pick, you can also make a stone club, which could probably also be thought of as a primitive mace. And once you have some flint, you can use this recipe to create javelins. Javelins stack up to 8. They're similar to spears, but they're intended to be thrown. So they go further, and they can be held charged instead of automatically firing after 1 second. The copper spear is a fairly effective weapon. As is the club. And the javelin is a little hard to aim, but it can kill pretty effectively too. The copper spear is even fairly effective against hostile mobs. The copper pick is a real pick. It has about the efficiency of wood, but slightly higher durability, and it has the harvest level of stone. So you can use this not only to collect take coal and to break and drop cobble, but you can also use it to mine copper and tin ore blocks. And it's the copper and tin that will be your ticket out of the Copper Age and into the Bronze.